Zombie apocalypse.
How's it going, everybody? This is Todd Drabo. Hope you're having another great day, and welcome to my final video of 2021. Well, it's a midweek upload, which is rare nowadays when it comes to me on YouTube, but however, this one is important because this is my year-end review of 2021. In this video, we're going to be taking a look back at some of my favorite pieces of content that I made this year, along with some of my favorite memories from 2021. And I thought 2020 was really crazy, but this year was perhaps even crazier than last year. So we're not going to waste any time. We're just going to get straight into it, starting with our content. Obviously, this has been my most productive year on YouTube ever. I've made videos in all but 4 weeks this year, which is quite a bit, considering that, you know, at this time last year, I was only just starting to get back into the swing of things here. But yeah, there's a lot of pieces of videos that I enjoyed making. Obviously, some of them start with my random thoughts series. I made quite a few random thoughts over the course of the year, and I really enjoyed a lot of them that I made. You know, it gives me a chance to spread more of my thoughts about what's going on in the world, and, you know, just talk a little bit about some of my thoughts about a few things that are happening in the world. You know, I just felt like it would be a great idea to share with you what I think about certain things, and I thought this was a great series to do it. And my favorite one out of that has to be, you know, the part-time employees video. Obviously, this was around the time when I was only working part-time at multiple retail jobs, so I was still trying to find my media job. And this was really significant because it's still really the same thing as we're seeing right now than it was earlier at the beginning of the year. You know, we're still seeing part-time employees suffer. And I still believe at some point we're going to need to see, you know, pay equality and work equality with part-time and full-time employees. And I do believe it will happen at some point, but, you know, especially at times like we're living in right now, you know, I feel like that, you know, absolutely it's going to be very hard to do that. Another video that I really enjoyed making this year has been all of the videos that I made during Gamer Month. Obviously, a couple of my Haulin games videos there, especially with 3 of my other video content, you know, my video game collecting video, which obviously was extremely popular. I know some of you guys enjoyed that, and I'm definitely glad that you did. Along with a couple of other videos that I also made, you know, GameStop wise, along with, you know, like digital and physical copies, obviously, and I really enjoyed making Gamer Month, and I don't know if I am going to do it again next year, but I just felt like this was something that I wanted to do just to talk more about video games, and it was definitely an enjoyable month for me in regards to video game content. Speaking of Haulin games, you know, I started that in April, obviously, when I started video game collecting, and I really enjoyed it. I know it's not one of my most viewed series here on YouTube, but, you know, I really enjoy making it. I really like to show you exactly what I got every month, and, you know, it's definitely a fun series, so, you know, I really enjoyed this series. You know, I do plan on making more of these next year for every month that I continue to get games, and I still plan on continuing video game collecting, obviously, and try to get as many games as I possibly can. And, you know, obviously, if you guys like it, I'll continue to make it. You know, I really like to show exactly what I get every month for all my current consoles, and like I said, we'll continue expanding as well, so we'll see how far we can get with that. Some of my other videos that I made, obviously, there were a couple that I really wish I would take back, in particular, the Pop-Tarts video and the next 1 gallon ice cream challenges. Those were the 2 times where I tried to really get myself back sort of into like competitive eating style videos, obviously, and, you know, those really weren't some of my best ideas. And so while I did enjoy making them, just doing them, it was really straining and also, you know, not that good, obviously. So I don't plan on making any more of those videos in the future unless you guys ask me to do another one of those. But, you know, it was definitely pretty entertaining, but it wasn't really enjoyable from my experience. There was also a video that I made documentary wise in regards to Nikocado Avocado. That one has gained a little bit of popularity as well. I know there was a situation involving Nikocado Avocado, the YouTuber who was in the Mukbang genre, and obviously, you know, things have gotten a lot worse with Nikocado since I last made a video. I've seen some of his other recent videos lately, and it hasn't gotten much better, so Godspeed to him. Hopefully he can somehow find a way to get his life back on track. But, you know, that's really popular. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed that one, and, you know, I'm pretty sure that there are other pieces that could have like a documentary slash project piece to it. So, you know, let me know down in the comments which ones you like for me to make, and I'll definitely look into it in the future, and we'll see exactly how much of those I can definitely make. But really, I think the 2 biggest videos that I made this year were in regards to my job experience videos, obviously. One of my more recent ones with the Walmart video, obviously, you know, probably my worst overall job experience next to Stop and Shop, and I know that has gained quite a bit of hits. And then by far my biggest video on YouTube this year, the reasons why I quit CVS video, which was the first job that I had in almost a couple of years when I got back into there by 2020, obviously. But you know, like I said, it wasn't that a whole lot of fun, and so obviously I decided to make that video just to share with you what happened there and why I decided to quit there. And really, you guys have really enjoyed it, so I'm definitely glad you did. It's almost at 1,000 views. I don't think it's gonna get there before New Year's, but hey, it'll definitely be very fun to see a video reach 1,000 views, which if you were to ask me, is something that I never thought would happen considering what my success level on YouTube has been like. To be honest with you, I really don't know if I really want to make another video like I did with CVS and Walmart, primarily because it just feels a little odd, you know. Obviously, continuously talking about, you know, my experiences with some of my other jobs, I feel like it gets a little bit more personal, and sometimes, you know, just gets a little bit more uncomfortable to talk about, and you know, sometimes it doesn't really make it that much fun for me to make. So while I'm glad you enjoyed them, I really don't know if I really want to make another one of those videos like that in the future. But you know, if you want me to, let me know in the comments, but I don't know, I'm leaning towards no on that. But hey, I'm glad that you guys were preferring my CVS video to fame, and hey, who knows how many more videos I can get to 1,000, because right now CVS is the only one that's even close to it. And that's really some of my favorite memories when it comes to my content, you know. Obviously, I've enjoyed every video that I make other than the 2 food challenge videos, unfortunately. However, I did enjoy every video that I make otherwise, and you know, I do plan on making a lot more content next year, and so, you know, hopefully we can back up the year that we had there in regards to video making, and hopefully reach further heights next year in 2022, and we'll see how far it takes from there to see how much farther we can blow this channel up. And of course, outside of that, it has been really such an incredible year as well. The first half of it really wasn't that much fun. As I mentioned before, at one point I was working between 3 to 4 part-time jobs at one time, you know, like the CVS, as I had mentioned before, and then at the same time going with the Lowe's and the ShopRite one to go along with that. I did that for 3 months, and then after that, you know, I quit the CVS one for the Walmart one, which I did alongside the ShopRite and Lowe's jobs, obviously. And all of that, I mean, there was a lot of days where I actually had 3 jobs in one day, and that was not a whole lot of fun, you know. It caused me to be physically drained, it got me tired, and it really made me feel like I just want to fall over and break, and you know, that wasn't a whole lot of fun. And I really feared that, especially since it was a year after college and I was still struggling to try to find a job in the media industry, I really feared that that was where I was going to end up in for the rest of my life. Obviously, that was not meant to be, because fortunately, the miracle came true in August when I got my job at New Jersey Symphony, and I've really enjoyed my experience working in the city in Newark so far. It's been such a blast, you know, getting to work at concerts in Newark, especially in Morristown, and a whole bunch of other places as well, which I'll get the chance to go to in the near future as well. And you know, just getting the opportunity to help promote the concerts as well. It's a little bit different than it is media, considering it's also partially marketing, but hey, this is really where I want to get into. This is where I put all my hard work in at college to be able to get to, and I'm so glad to finally get to be in this position. And hopefully here's to a very long career in the media industry, starting with the New Jersey Symphony. And of course, I couldn't have gotten this without the help of Best Buddies New Jersey. Obviously, they helped me through this, you know, they were able to give me a lot of advice to be able to help me get to that point. And to go along with that, you know, because of my determination of being able to get it, they awarded me Employee of the Year, which was really, in my opinion, the highlight of the year overall. And that was just such a very special moment for me personally. And you know, I just can't be any more thankful for everyone at Best Buddies New Jersey, because they are the ones that were responsible for helping me land this job at New Jersey Symphony. If it wasn't for them, I'd probably still be stuck in retail. So I'm thankful for them. And outside of that, you know, there are a whole bunch of other fun things that I was able to do. Video collecting, I've already touched on, obviously. And then one in August, I got to go to a Monster Jam event in Newark. You know, this was really the first sporting event I've been to since the coronavirus pandemic began, and it was such a lot of fun getting to see the monster trucks go in action at the Prudential Center in Newark. And you know, considering that I've been a long time fan of Monster Jam and I hadn't really seen a televised event in a long time, this really brought back memories for me as a child. And you know, I really hope to continue to go to more events like this in the near future, because you know, it's definitely will be an opportunity for me to go out and try to see more sporting events, or even more entertainment events as well in the future, you know, like concerts or even talk shows and all of that. I do hope to get to do more stuff like that in the near future. It has been a crazy year, you know, obviously to go along with the flooding as well in September, which was really horrific experience. I really felt like that we were going to lose the house, but somehow we didn't, obviously. But everything that I've been through this year, it was really crazy, but at the same time, it was very well well worth it. And also a little side note, this is probably the longest I've ever went without shaving. I think it's been like 5 months since I've last done so. But yeah, 2020 was obviously a crazy year when it came to having to do a lot of my work from school at home, obviously, and also having my job at CVS, and then obviously getting back into the swing of YouTube with the help of my internship with Best Buddies. And really, my passion for YouTube has just taken off from there, you know, obviously. I've since been making videos almost every single week, and this year I reached new heights when it came to my content in 2021. And, you know, with all the memories that I've had in 2021, this year has been probably a much crazier year than last year, and at least YouTube-wise has been a far better year than I really thought it would be. I don't know if I would say it would be been a good year outside of that for at least the first half of the year, but, you know, second half of the year, it was definitely a whole lot of fun and also very enjoyable as well. But there are still, of course, some things that are happening in the world. The coronavirus pandemic is still getting worse, obviously, which, you know, alludes me to that video that I made earlier in here, which I really thought that the pandemic was over, but clearly it is not, and once again, it is still getting worse, unfortunately, with the Omicron variant. I mean, I don't know how long that's gonna last. Hopefully it ends soon, finally, but, you know, there's still issues like this in the world that are happening, and that in particular has clouded 2021 for many people, to go along with, you know, the extreme climate change and all of that. But, you know, as always, though, there's always an opportunity to make the next year better than this year, and, you know, there's gonna be a lot of opportunities in 2022 for special things to happen, and I do definitely hope that there's a way that we can make 2022 a very exciting year, because I definitely believe that there's a lot of great things on the horizon, and, you know, we'll just have to see what happens next year. But overall, in my opinion, 2021 has been a very crazy and enjoyable and memorable year overall. So with that being said, I will be previewing all of what I'm going to be doing in 2022 on New Year's Day this Saturday. I'll be talking about all the content that I plan on making, what my upload schedule will now look like, and I'll also talk about some things outside that I still plan to do in 2022 overall. So stay tuned for this Saturday. I got a lot of things planned for next year, and perhaps make it a little bit more crazier than it was in 2021, but it's going to be a very fun year next year, obviously, and so stay tuned for Saturday when I reveal my plans for what I plan on doing next year. So no matter where you are, obviously, in the world, I do hope that you enjoyed your 2021. Obviously, we've had a lot of ups and downs, but there's always a great chance that next year could be even better than this year. So I really hope that you enjoyed your 2021. I hope that you enjoyed all the memories that you had from this year. Here's to what will hopefully be a very fun and memorable 2022 as well. And I definitely hope that you all enjoy your New Year's as well. Anyways, that is going to do it for my last video of 2021. I hope you all enjoyed it. As always, if you'd like to see more of my content, as well as all the videos that I'm going to be making next year, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when my latest video is released. I got a whole lot of content planned for 2022, a whole lot of videos, especially, you know, like vlogs, projects, and challenges, you name it. I plan on doing a whole lot of them next year, so if you have any suggestions for videos I should make next year, leave it in the comments below and I'll do my best to make them. As always, follow me on my social media. I'm pretty much everywhere outside of YouTube: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If I'm not on YouTube, you'll likely see me somewhere on any of those three, so be sure to follow me on all my accounts. They'll all be in the description below. And with that, that'll do it for 2021. I hope you've all had an amazing year. I certainly did, and I'm really glad that you got to spend part of it with me. I look forward to seeing all of you next year in 2022. It's going to be another very fun year. So long, everybody. Happy New Year.